Welcome back, everyone. This is MandoAllDay back with another video. And in this video, I'll be doing an overview of Batman, the Michael Keaton Unmasked version. This is a gold label Target exclusive figure from the Flash movie wave. I'll be talking about the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look in front of the box. This side, the back, which I really like the art. The other side, top and bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at the figure outside the box. As always, they do come with a card. This is the front of the card looks like. The back of the card. It does come with accessories. It does come with closed fist. So this is his left closed fist. Not much to it in terms of the design, just black, and that's pretty much it. This is his right fist. Again, not much to it. It does come with a batarang, which is pretty simple sculpture design. I like the paint on it. I think it looks really good. The paint, really bright. And of course, the grappling gun as well too. Again, in terms of sculpture design, very clean looking, very bright colors on there too. And of course, it comes with a regular stand. Now let's take a look at this Michael Keaton Unmasked version, the Target exclusive one. So if you're interested in getting this figure, you have to go to Target to get this one. Now I'm going to do a little different this time around. I'm going to try something new. Usually when I do the overviews, I start off with the head, talk about the sculpture and articulation. But this time, I'm going to start with just articulation of the whole entire figure itself. And then from there, go talk about the sculpture design and paint. So let's get right into it. Head articulation, left, right, good. Up, down, really good. Shoulder articulation, it's a little stiff right now, but it's there, but it's just a little stiff right now. Just keep that in mind. Bicep, good. Elbows, good. Wrist, oops, and it came off easily, but they do articulate. Just mine came off, so there we go. Wrist articulation, good. Torso, really good. All right, and then there you go, the twist on their torso as well. Leg articulation, good. Knees, good. Ankles, good. And then, of course, toes, good. So overall, the articulation of this figure, it's just good overall. Just the shoulders on this one's a bit stiff, but nothing with warm water cannot loosen up. So that's the articulation of the figure, and it's really good. So are we looking for articulation? Good. Now let's take a look at the figure itself. And right away, the head sculpture, it's a hit or a miss. Some people like it, some people don't. Me personally, I think it's fine. It's right in the middle. Is it amazing? No offense, no. But is it bad? No. I think it's in the middle. I think it looks fine. I think a lot of people have the assumption when they think of Michael Keaton, they think of like the old school Michael Keaton in terms of the old Batman movies. But you got to keep in mind, he is older now, so keep that in mind. But I think the head sculpture is fine. I think the sculpture design looks good. You get the hair sculpture. Looks really good. You get the painted lips, painted eyes. The eyebrows look really good. The ears as well too. So in terms of the head sculpture, I gotta say I think it's fine. I actually like it personally, but I think it's fine. Nothing too crazy about it. So there's that. In terms of the articulation, in terms of the sculpture, wow. In terms of sculpture done, in terms of the upper body, looks really good. Of course, this is the first time it has a cloth cape, which I'll talk about in a bit. But the sculpture design, very good, very clean looking. You got the armored abdomen on here. You got that Batman logo, which is nicely bright. Old school Batman logo from Michael Keaton movie. Then you got the gauntlets on there. I like how it's very defined, very detailed on there. The shoulder piece is a little different. The bicep piece is a little different. The shoulder piece is like an armor piece. It's kind of glossy, similar to the chest. The abdomen as well too. And the other arm, more of that same sculpture that's all present here, also present there. Shoulder piece as well too. You got the trigger hands and of course the gauntlets. Again, it's a good, clean looking upper body for Michael Keaton Batman. And the paint job itself, it's like mixture of like matte black with glossy black. As you can see, here's a bit of a glossy there, but yet on the bicep, it's that matte look. So that's fine. So overall, though, in terms of the upper body sculpture design, I think it's a good, clean-looking sculpture design. The paint job, like I said, is between matte and gloss, but it's fine nonetheless. Let's take a look at the cape itself. Again, this is the first time using a cloth cape, which I like, but also don't like because I don't know why, but I have a fear of like if you pull it too hard, it might rip a little bit. So we'll see how McFarlane did well in terms of the durability of a cape, but the cape looks really, really cool. I'm sure people can customize it. I'm sure you can have it a certain way, covering it like so. Of course, the main reason that McFarlane did this is so you can put him in the Batmobile or the Batwing. So there's that. But the cape itself, I think it's fine. I'm not a huge fan of the cloth cape, but again, that's just me. But it is what it is. And in terms of the thickness of it, you can kind of see through it. You can see right there. So there's that. Overall, the upper body, again, it's a good, clean looking Michael Keaton Batman, and I really, really like it. In terms of the belt, the utility belt, it's fine. I've seen people paint this yellow. See if I can find pictures of it. Hopefully, I can find them. But I've seen people post on there where they painted it yellow, which is cool. In terms of the actual sculpture of it, I think it's okay. It's not the greatest, but again, it is what it is. So it's not my favorite in terms of the utility belt, but it does the job. So it looks cool nonetheless. In terms of leg sculpture, very plain looking, just similar to the sculpture design here on the bicep, also present here on the thigh. You can see that definitely clear here. You got this kind of glossy look here, and then here on the thigh, you got that matte look on there. You got a little sculpture design here on the thigh as well too. The knee pads, really not much to it, just there. And the boots itself, I like the boots. I like the sculpture design of the boots, very defined. And of course, the color on there, it's like dark green, a little bit of like dark brown, and of course black. So it looks good, and I like the sculpture design. I think the sculpture design, again, on the boots is fine. It's just a little off where the boots are green, everything else is just black, but it's all good though. So that's that. So overall, good, clean looking Batman, and I like the figure. I think it's a really good looking figure. Sculpture design in the head, again, it's a little not the greatest, but it does the job though nonetheless. So overall, what do I think about this figure? I like this figure, man. I really, really like it. That's a cool looking Michael Keaton Batman sculpture figure. Of course, we all want the classic 1980s Batman. We all want it, including myself. Maybe McFarlane might do that one day. But it is what it is. That's a dream. Hopefully, maybe come true. But for this figure itself, would I recommend it? Honestly, for 20 bucks, I want to say yeah, man. I think for $20 for Gold Label, the Target exclusive, I think $20 is a fair price. You get a good sculpture design. You get Michael Keaton head sculpture, which is not the greatest, but I personally still like it. But not the greatest, but it's passable. But the sculpture design, again, it's a Michael Keaton Batman. Good looking sculpture, plain looking, but it looks good. It does come with accessories, so I can't hate on it. And of course, it comes with a cloth cape. So if you have certain vehicles you want to put him in, that definitely can help out, because I know some of the other the stiff capes can be really difficult to put them in vehicles. So keep that in mind. And for 20 bucks, I think it's a good price for $20. Is it the best price, best bang for your buck? Not really. It's one of those like $20, okay, it's fine. So to me, overall, the Michael Keaton Unmasked Gold Label Target exclusive figure gets a thumbs up for me. Here we have Robert Pattinson's Batman from the Batman movie, and of course, Michael Keaton Batman. And yes, he is definitely a lot taller and a lot more sculpture design. I know, before you get started, I can already tell people are going to say, Mondo, what's up with that torso? Yes, this is the wrong or incorrect input in terms of the torso. I always forget to get it. Every time I go to Amazon, I'm like, I'm going to buy the correct version of the Robert Pattinson Batman, but I still haven't bought it. But I definitely will be getting it, though. But nonetheless, I'm just showing you how these two look side by side. Man, they look really, really good. But of course, if you were to ask me which one do I prefer, personally, I'm going to go for the Pattinson one. Go ahead. People are going to thumb down the video with me saying that. But look, I like the Michael Keaton one. I really do. But the Pattinson one, I like it more. I like the more armored look to it. But nonetheless, so they both look good. So there's that. Here we have the Christian Bale Batman, and of course, Michael Keaton Batman. Man, what a fantastic looking figure. And for the price you pay of $25 for the Christian Bale Batman, fantastic. I know, the paint. People are going to brag about the paint and talk about it and all this stuff. Yes, I am with you 100%. And I have seen people customize it, but they painted all black, which it should be all black. But maybe McFarlane may make a Christian Bale Batman that's all black. So, but apart from that, though, you gotta admit, the sculpture design on this figure for the price you're paying is just top notch. So, of course, if you ask me which one do I prefer, I'm gonna go for the Christian Bale one. I really, really like the Christian Bale one. The utility belt paint job looks good. The articulation's good. The sculpture design is fantastic. And paint, come on. But again, I like this one. But if you were to ask me which one I prefer, I'm gonna go for the Christian Bale. Here we have Superman, or yeah, but it's called, right? Well, Project Superman. Sorry, yeah, this is Project Superman. And since we are talking about the Flash movie, technically the Flash movie is based on the comic of the Flashpoint, so you got to bring in Superman. A figure that even I say it's not the greatest. It's just there. I know it's comic accurate. I get it, but it's just there. But just showing you how these two look side by side. More importantly, how a live action character, Michael Keaton Batman, looks standing next to a more comic accurate figure by McFarlane. Here we have the Ben Affleck Batman. This is from the Justice League movie wave. Another fantastic figure. I really, 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 really like this figure. It looks fucking awesome, man. I like the whole armor piece. Articulation is good. Just look at that sculpture design. And I'm sorry, when you when you have next to each other the Ben Affleck Batman like this one, the armored one, to Michael Keaton, as much as I like Michael Keaton, but man, that armor just really pops and grabs your attention. Even the paint job. But of course, you can't hate on the OG, which is Michael Keaton. They both look good. And yes, I know there's another Ben Affleck one, Batman, so there's that. But until then, we have this version of Ben Affleck Batman, and of course, we have this version of Michael Keaton Batman. Now, if you're wondering if the Todd McFarlane but Todd McFarlane Michael Keaton Batman will fit on the Spin Masters, that wing, it definitely does. I mean, the great thing about this cape, it's cloth, so you can have it posing a certain way. You can probably have it in the front. Maybe have something in like on the legs here in the front where you can kind of hold him. But he fits perfectly in there. Again, just like so. Just showing you how the Michael Keaton Batman looks inside the Spin Masters one. So if you aren't getting this Spin Masters, there you go. You can see it. You can probably put something in the back of Michael Keaton. That way you can stay up on there. Maybe put something on the front of the legs too. Kind of hold it down a little bit. But again, just showing you how he looks inside the Spin Masters Batwing. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys agree with this figure? Plan on purchasing this figure? Leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button to our support channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So, include an overview of the Michael Keaton Batman, the Unmasked version. This is the gold label Target exclusive figure, and on to the next one.